India and doing amazing work. And then I have worked with him, and I mean on the sessions we have. So he was talking about the APIM and then how the Azure can be used and all. So I just want to can share the screen. Then stage is all yours, Keval. I always look for your sessions because they're very, very interesting and something I can take and implement in my organization as well. So all
Hey,
stages yours, man.
hey, thanks, Aroh.
Yeah.
And first of all, thanks Nandeep and Smita for this, as usual, amazing session. All right, with that, I'll share my screen. Actually, today my Teams is having some issue, but I'll try to. I'm trying to join from this web way. Okay, so let me see if you can having some difficulties or how do you see? Is it okay? Can you see
We
my
can
screen?
see, I can see the screen, but
Yep.
there's icons are distorted
Yeah, that's for purpose.
on purpose. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, this is a good thing which you have always have amazing idea. So yeah, so
That's for a change, actually.
sure.
All right. So, guys, first of all, I would like to thanks, for all the attendees to, come in when we are starting just the weekend, and I can see a lot of participants. So that's a great, and with that great energy, we'll start the session. So, Power Platform and Azure API integration use cases. All right. So that's me, guys. Myself, Keval Solanki. I'm a software architect based at Tieto Every India. I'm also based from Pune. Okay, and I'm Microsoft certified trainer, speaker. I work with many of the Microsoft technologies right now, working with mostly Azure and different M365 components. I'm a community member as well as few of the events organizer. All right, with that, I am moving next to the slide where without this we are not here actually, all of us. So I would like to take a big thank you to our Delhi Power user group and the user like Aroh, Dhruvin, Prince, Kumar, Rajendra, and Abhishek. Yeah, so without those, they are doing like very much great efforts, and without that, this wouldn't be possible. Yeah, so thank you for them. I think we are having an amazing audience, so probably I'll not go for the house rules now. But yeah, please use the emojis, questions, yeah, and raise your hand. Druin, I hope the voice and speed is okay. Just to confirm.
Yeah, one thing, Keval, I think that you are showing in the present, not showing the presentation mode. Is showing the next slide as well. Is it because of the web
Yeah,
version you are using?
yes, web version maybe.
Uh,
Okay, then I'll go for this view. Yeah, is this okay?
okay, okay, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, sorry, before I go into this session detail, actually, I would like to touch upon one this interesting topic actually, and why it is related with this topic actually. So, I would like to just touch upon 2 minutes. Most of the guys who are working, they know this concept of fusion development, right? But for those who are new to this, I just wanted to touch upon that fusion development is a kind of the approach. So, it's a concept, okay, and main goal of this kind of a development pattern is to provide a very scalable application development, which will give the enterprise level application through our low code system. Okay, might be I'm not able to use the pointer, but yeah, I hope the screen size is okay. Sorry about that. And this here, if you see the main component of Fusion developments are like citizen developers, IT professional, and professional development. So, what is like the citizen developers? Those who are not like the pros, maybe they are not used to the coding and all. Those are working mainly with the customer, getting the requirements and all. And this we can see over here in Umbrella. Okay, This IT professional are the one who are like ALM guy, application, you can say lifecycle management, DevOps guys, okay, who are using DevOps and all. These are like the professional developers. So here we see the professional developers are like the one who are more into the coding, those working with like the programming language, using different tools, development tools, using a different service. And you can see one of the services called APIs. So this is the Azure APIM service, which we are going to talk about. So now you will see the integration between the two, how we can do, what kind of a use case is there. And definitely I think Nandip covered actually my session bit easy. Actually he covered like how you can create the custom connectors and do some kind of a stuff. So most of the topics are also related on that. Yeah. So with that, I'll go with the next topic. Actually, I made this slide a bit interactive, but unfortunately not able to show you in an interactive way. So excuse me about that. So we'll see how this APIM actually helps. Actually, what are the advantages we will get actually when we are dealing with this Power Platform in Azure? Definitely, we need to understand, right? So the first point is the decoupling. Okay, so what is the decoupling? As I mentioned, if I go to the my previous slide, okay, so here these guys, as I mentioned, not the pro developers. Okay, they are working with the tool business users. Okay, and this is having like the separate team. Okay, here is like the pro developers, which are like working with C sharp, Python. So these people actually Power Platform, these citizen developers don't need to worry actually what these guys are doing, whether it's in C sharp, they are doing in a like Python, what kind of a database they are using. They are just interested in like the data or the requirement they are looking for. So here that comes under the whole complexity. Okay, so the different expertise, you can say the various kind of expertise come together under the single umbrella, and that's where we are having the decoupling way. Okay, then second one, if we talk about, it's like the governance and security. So we'll see in a UI of Azure APIM that what kind of a governance is providing. But governance, when we are talking about the Azure APIM, they are providing a set of standards, set of the, you can say the architecture by which the managed way user is able to get into the APIM. Okay, they are having like the subscription model with they subscribe to the product, and through the product they get to the different set of APIs. And on top of that, they are also having the security. So there are various kinds of securities also available for like Azure AD, auth, and different others as well. Yeah. Moving on to next, monitoring and debugging. So as we are in Azure, okay, so Azure APM is also integrated. We can integrate with Azure Application Insight. So Azure Application Insight is giving a rich set of, you can say, debugging, monitoring, like how many API calls we are making, what from where the API calls are coming, and which user are consuming more, and various other things we can monitor through this Azure APM capabilities. Then then comes the cloud capabilities. Okay, so here I would like to show you one picture where you can say when we are dealing with this Azure APM, so the boundaries are endless. There are n number of services available where which we can consume through the Azure APM. So like one of them like Azure AI, then web app, storage accounts, SQL databases, and all. So those all those kind of integrations, capabilities are possible when we are using with this one. Okay. Last one, reusability. Okay. So again, I'm referring to now this picture. So these guys, for example, are developing the APIs actually not for the only this user. Okay, these APIs once that is deployed as part of the Azure um, APIM that will be available as an whole IT department, or like all the external user as well. Yeah, whoever is the subscription. So you can see the code, same code is we can reuse for different users, right? And important point, limitations. So with that, I will go with this one picture actually. So Azure and Power Platform. You can use definitely Azure with the Power Platform. There are different custom sorry, not custom connectors are already available. Yeah, premium connectors. But those connectors are like having the single you can say services. Example, web app. For SQL there are like we need to connect with each and every single entity. But now let's suppose you are having a complex requirements where you need to design your solution. It will go like the n number of integrations, third party integration. So that connector is not available actually in this Power Platform. So at that time, this kind of a scenario will help where you can just call a single API, you get all the data, right? Okay. Uh, with that, I'll move on to next with integration scenarios and demo. Okay. And before we go again, let's understand also the Azure subscription model. And I'll show you how it looks actually in a Azure portal as well. Aroh, just confirm if you can see this screen, Azure portal.
Yes, as I can see the screen. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. So now I am on this screen, okay, and you can see this is called Azure API Management Service, okay. So this particular portal are having different set of APIs. I'm showing now the main components only, okay. Uh, so here I am having a different set of my APIs and how I can consume those APIs. You can see here the products and subscription. Okay. So now let's go back to our subscription model. So example, user one is having, if user one, for example, wants to access API one and two, okay, there is a product is defined, for example. So through product, this user will be subscribed and he will get one subscription key. Okay. Now with this subscription key, I will call my API. Okay. So I'll have access to example this two API. Say for example, user two wants to access API three. So there is a product which is attached to this one. Okay. And user one also wants to use the API 3, for example, then he can subscribe to product 3 and he can directly get access to API 3. So user 1 and 2 both will have this access. Yeah, simple. All right. So this is our portal. Now I'm moving ahead. Okay. So this is our use case number one. Just a second. Excuse me. So this is our use case number one, where we are having integration. What we are doing here is integration of Power Apps to one of the external web API. Okay, so web API can be of some third-party tool which you need to consume in Power Apps. So here my business user Power Apps, and how I'm connecting the external API to the Power Apps is through API management, which I just saw. Okay, and this connection is possible through custom connector. So this kind of a custom connector we need to provide, and how easily we can provide that we will also see. And definitely the goal of this session is not to show you how you can configure example the custom connector, how you will configure the API management, but to show you the capabilities as I mentioned. Now let's go back to explain this use case. I'll go back again to the demo. Okay, so here what I did, this is one of my Power Apps. Okay, uh, this is the Excel data actually, right? And this data is having, for example, the fan club members, just random data. Okay, and they are having some kind of a favorite characters. Okay, so example, this guy's Adele having the Darth as an favorite movie character. So what this favorite characters? So for this demo, I'm using Star Wars API as an open API endpoint. So let's see. So there's Excel I already imported into this Power App through, and my data is in Dataverse. Okay. And here, this is a open API. Okay. Just for the demo, I use this open API demo, open API, sorry. And this is having the API endpoint is like this. Okay. This is one of the API which we are interested here, right? Now, going back to, so this portion, okay, this portion is covered. Now we are looking at this and this. Yeah. So here I already created the APIs. So if you see now, when I call this API from my Power App, okay, it will go as in this endpoint. And if you see the backend, okay, it will redirect again request to this guy. All right. And now we are having the here the API. Okay, how will go and consume into the Power Apps? So let me show you that. There is an option over here directly where you can uh, manage your power connector. So once you click over here, this kind of a screen will be visible. Okay. Here my account is not linked actually, that's why it's showing the active account. Okay. But example, otherwise, it was showing the what kind of a environment you are having, what is the API name, and you just need to click the export button. So once you click the export button, the custom connector, okay, sorry, custom connector will be created under your Power Apps over here. Okay. But now, as I'm right now not having any connection, so what I'll do, so I'll go, what I did actually, I clicked another option called export. Okay. So once you export, it will generate your OpenAI Swagger file. Okay. And that you can also go and import through here. Okay. Import an open API file. Correct. So I did that. And here you can see there is my file called test Star Wars API. And if I go and edit, yeah, you can see the host which we are targeting. So now whenever the Power Apps will call the function, it will hit this URL, which is my demo APIM. Okay. This is my suffix. Okay. If we go to the security, okay, so there are like four kind of a security is here, authentication type we can configure, but for this demo purpose I use the API key. So now what API key I use, so this particular, if you see the API, okay, is attached to, okay, just a second, this product, so starter product and unlimited product. Okay. And if you see s- subscription, okay, so these are like my subscription key, and here is the starter. So I took this primary key and supplied into my custom connector. Clear? So this is how we very you can say seamlessly it's available as in part of Azure APM to Power Platform connectivity. Now there are different also the securities are there which we are not covering in this session, but that you can check also. Now going again to the demo part. Okay. So here you can see this is the custom connector which I just show you. I already imported over here. Okay. And these all are the member list. Now what we have done here. Okay. So here we are calling that particular Star Wars API dot get people, and into the search we are passing a favorite character of the selected person. Okay, that I'm collecting in a collection. Okay, this way. And if I go the next screen, okay, here I am showing all those information. So this collection first and name, then gender, eye and height. Okay, so this is the details which we are printing. So for example, Adela. So if I refer Adela, okay, its a movie favorite character is Darth. And if I'll go and now request this one, so let's see what what kind of information is returning. So I'm getting the name. There may be eye color and height and whatever, I mean gender and all. Yeah, those information I'm collecting over here. So let's see in action how it looks. Okay, so you see this information are captured. Okay, now going with one more use case. Okay, any questions so far? Yeah, all right. Then use case number two. So this is the same actually example. Now we are extending to the Azure OpenAI. Okay, sorry guys, I forgot to explain this developer portal as well, but we'll come to that later. Yeah. So um, this portion actually, this is also the entire Azure. Yeah. This was the external area. Yeah, where there was no Azure was there. Now here, what we are doing, Azure OpenAI. So in the previous session, you already seen from Nandip, they were also consuming the Dole as an model, and they were generating the image from the prompt or the text that is given. Okay, so same example I'm extending to the Power Platform through this Azure APIM, and I also will show you that why we are using this way actually. Okay, okay, coming again back to the demo. So here, just as an you can say the example case, uh, on click of this, we are calling a dolly. So dolly is already, maybe the UI. Okay, I am right now not showing or not showing you into the portal because of my constraint, but this is one of the UI called of Dali. Okay, and here is my deployment model which I created. Okay, the prompt that whatever we need to give, it will generate the image based on that. So example of the request. So example of the request, you need to pass as a prompt in a body. Okay, the size of the image and number of the image you want and size. Okay, and from the response actually you will get like this. um, Mainly we are interested in data, so it will provide the new image in a URL that we are consuming in this demo. Okay, so if I go again back to this one, sorry. So okay, sorry, I forgot the custom connector as well. So I'll go and here, this is my Azure OpenAI service API. Okay, this is one of the again the API which we have created. So uh, how we can get this kind of information, what kind of a parameters we need to provide. So Azure is if you go to the Azure site and if you want to consume the dolly, it will give all the your swagger files and all which you need to provide actually. So that will give you all the information how you need to construct your request. Okay, so from that I took this one example, and in a front end we need to pass something like this. Okay, but if you see the backend we are calling my model. Okay, which is like this, OpenAI Dolly. Okay, this is the endpoint I'm calling, and if you remember, we need to pass the subscription key as well along with this, so that I passed as an header of this Azure. So let me show you. I cannot directly. Okay, so yeah, I think so I can show you that as well. Yeah. Just a second. Oh, strange. Why it's not visible? Okay, that's strange. Okay, but maybe one second. No, it's not visible. Okay, somewhere I am not able to see this, but yeah, just to give you an idea, whenever you are calling actually this particular API, you need to pass certain headers as well as this guys, Dolly guys require subscription key to call this. Okay. So again, same pattern. I exported this as a custom connector. Okay. And that custom connector is available over here as my, where is the OpenAI? Yeah, here is the Azure OpenAI. Okay. This is the connector. And if I show you, okay, again, the same host, OI, and the authentication mechanism which we need to give. All right. Now going back to the demo. Okay. So we covered now uh, app portion, custom connector, APIM, and sorry, and OpenAI as well. So let's see in action. On this click of this, what I'm doing actually, I am calling, I'm collecting the all the information which I'm getting from this Azure OpenAI service. There is a method called image generation creation. Okay, and I need to pass certain parameters, something like this. Okay, so deployment ID. Okay, what is your deployment model is there? What is the API version that you are consuming, and what the prompts you are giving? So now prompts actually which prompt we are using actually. So on to load of this screen, okay, on visible, what I did, I collected the information. So I'm setting one variable prompt, and inside that I'm giving a prompt like imagine the space studio movie, generate image of Star Wars characters. Okay, who is uh, this is gender. Okay, the name something like this. Okay, whatever the name we have got, who is having the eye color something like this. Okay, and height is this one. Okay, so this is my prompt. Okay, once the screen is loaded, I will have already the information about the prompt. And if I show you, you can see also the prompt value over here. This is a nice way to see. Okay, so you can see now the our end prompt is something like this, which is Star Wars character who is a male and name is this, whose eyes color is yellow and height is 202. Okay, so let's see. I hope it should work. Let's see what kind of image it generates. Okay, meanwhile, it generates an image. Oh, nice. Okay, see, this is the cool, image it generated from the Dolly. Okay, this use case you can extend um, to your, for example, the avatar generation, the profile creation, or various other ways. Okay, but now let me ask you this important question. The previous session you already showed you can directly call this, you can say this endpoint. Yeah. Then why we are going through Azure APIM, right? We can have the direct connection from here to here. Any guesses like just a random one? Anyone? What is the reason why we are having? I mean, if you recollected something on the advantages or APIM.
in order to hide the actual URL to the outside world.
Yeah, that's very nice. That's nice. That's one answer. Correct.
And also in order to keep that OAuth 2.0 and security concerns to be there, it is better
Yeah.
to do for the API management. And the third
Yep.
one is you can enable the respective APIs
Mhm.
as well for internal and also for the external. Like, yeah,
Correct. Correct. Okay. Yes, I think he answered many of the stuff. But I just wanted to emphasize one very important point here, actually. So, if you, for example, you are having the like the different number of teams, actually, yeah. So, if you are giving this Azure OpenAI model key, actually, so this key you definitely, if you want to consume, you need to expose this key, yeah, where you will get from this view code. Once you click on the view code, it will show you the URL and the subscription key. Okay, so this subscription key, you cannot, give it to all the guys sometimes. Yeah, all the teams. There should be some controlled way, right? There should be some controlled way. So this kind of a you can say the issue we can tackle over here. Okay, so this whatever the people are using, okay, they are just exposed to this one. They cannot see the key of this model, what they are doing. Okay, and definitely this is a very secured one, and having like the restricted access to all the stuff. So this is a very controlled way you can give the access. Another one, what we observed actually. So um, is Azure OpenAI actually is like very costly, yeah, in terms of a cost. So when you are going, you just hitting the n number of things, okay. So that will increase the cost. Okay, you need to control, you need to manage somehow. So through this gateway, actually, you are having that kind of a visibility. Okay, this from where this user requests are coming from, which guys are using much, what kind of a subscription they are using, and whatnot. Yeah, so all those kind of controlling you can have over here. Correct. And definitely for external one, like sorry, I'm not able to see the name, but yeah, rightly said, there is like the URL encapsulation. You can, you don't need to know the guy what the behind the scene technology you are using, and uh, the stuff. Yeah. Okay, but yes, thank you for the answer.
yeah, thanks, Keval.
All right, I'll move next with one more. Actually, I made it very interactive, but um, this doesn't work anyways. The third case, actually, which we are going to discuss over here, is uh, web API. Okay, so web API, we are having so can say n number of web APIs developers has used. Okay, which is consuming the data from SQL server, that again I am exposing to Power Lab through Azure API management, and definitely the custom connector. Okay, let's see how it looks in a demo. So if we go here, sorry, just a second, I'll refresh this meanwhile. Okay, so there is an example of this API. Okay, there are different APIs we have created, but before going that, I'll show you the web app. Okay, so this is my web app where all the APIs are exposed as an web API. Okay, here is the my URL. Okay, web app URL, and here is my SQL server. And definitely this can be extended to your, whatever the business complexity you are having, but just wanted to highlight one integration case. Um, this is one of the demo, again I took the source which is provided into the link, and maybe you can try all those demos from yourself as well. So I use the same from that demo. Yeah, they here you can see I'm right now consuming only one API with from single database called boiler parts, and here you can see, sorry, different boiler parts informations are visible. Okay, and this is my endpoint. Here, if I go into the field engineering API, so this is the one which I'm calling. Okay, and if you see again, the endpoint URL is my this one, field engineering API. Okay, now if you see how my request will look from the end user point of view, and this, as mentioned, you can use the postman, you can directly hit this url with the requirement parameters like API key, header and all. But this one actually is very simple, doesn't require any kind of complexity or the headers and query string parameter. It just get all the boiler ports for this one. Okay, and same way, how I exported. So I exported all the operations from here as an export. Now I'll show you in this field engineering API connector. I think I'm using, yeah, Fusion Dev API. Yes, mainly. Uh, okay, for a demo, actually, I only use, as I mentioned, only this few two endpoints, which is getting the boiler part. Yeah. So this is your header look likes. And one important point, when you are making the query to the Power Apps, actually, you need to define some of the origins as well. Like I mentioned in a header, you need to whitelist those uh, URL. And same time, okay, in a Azure here as well, when you're calling the API, those API, you need to whitelist those parameter in a policies. Yeah, now it's visible. So you can see I whitelisted few of the origins called Power Apps Flow and my this API, and which is not needed, but yeah, and few others.
Okay, well,
But
just one thing. Yeah,
yes,
you mentioned about the whitelist, right? What is the purpose of whitelist? Is because the other people should not able to view the code. What is the reason for
yeah,
whitelisting?
whiteling is least needed actually to make a call. Actually, that is the standard Power connector requirement. Let me show
Mm-hmm,
you. So if I go custom connector, so when you are making a custom connector for Azure APIM,
mm-hmm.
actually Fusion development, so that is kind of the requirement you need to fulfill. And by whitelisting, it will, trust. It's kind of establishing the trust. So it will
Connection.
not
Okay, understood.
uh,
Yeah.
end up in a course issue. So cross
Mm,
origin issues.
mm, mm, mm.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
Yes.
Otherwise, what will happen, right? Adding to that Keval's point, Aroh. So
Yeah.
401 authenticated issue will come. This is Venkat again.
Mm, mm, mm,
So
mm,
Yes.
mm.
whitelisting plays a vital role, and again, admin has to do this one.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks, Sabah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And yeah, so thanks for asking. Actually, you need to, I also forgot, you need to enable the course as well. Yeah, CORS from here, which I think I did somewhere. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, maybe portal. What? But yeah, maybe I'm not going into that one. Sorry. All right. But that is mainly the purpose, and like he mentioned, we'll get the errors, authentication errors. Correct. Okay. So this one, coming back. Oh shit. 1 second. Yeah. So again, as I mentioned, now we are having this connectors. over here. Okay, I don't know what happens, but it's, the screen doesn't stay. We need to refresh it every time. Okay, anyways, so um, here what we are doing actually in this Power Apps actually is, meanwhile it's load, I just wanted to explain. Just on click of that, we are calling that particular API, which ultimately get the information from the SQL DB. Okay, so you can see over here, just I'm collecting all those data and getting from that particular API, and solution which we have used is this one. And this solution is actually also available on GitHub. Yeah, and it's using the entity framework where it's calling the behind the scene uh, SQL DB. Yeah, and there are different connectors we need to provide. But yeah, not going into the technical details. So if I'll go and run this, yeah, you can see pumped 3.5 inlet and all those information. Yeah, you can see over here, all the information will be visible here. And yeah, code is opened as well. So boiler part, there are like controllers are there. Okay, here you can see, yeah, this is the one. When the request will come, it will execute this function and it will get all this. And for this we have used uh, entity framework. Okay, now we are having another use cases as well. But before we move, actually, those are not for the demo. But yeah, we are having still 15 minutes. So meanwhile, I want to explain one very interesting case actually. So as we are talking about this web API, okay, what I did actually, hmm, yeah, okay, sorry, program.cs. I created a very simple, you can say the scaffolding project when you go, for example, the creating the new web API project. So this is the same actually. Okay, I did no change. I just created it. Okay. Now, idea of this demo actually to show you the capability of Power Platform and this code, how that goes hand in hand. Actually, how you can directly debug your application from Power Apps to Web API. So let's see what I mean. Okay. Okay. Sorry. This one. Yes. See, again, it's refreshing. Okay. Okay, meanwhile, this loads actually one more question. Why we have again used, this approach in Web API? Why we go for this Azure? Actually, I think the answer already this guys mentioned. Uh, when we are, just to give an idea, when you are exposing this web API actually, okay, you can again directly consume to the uh, Power Apps. You can directly call this, it's open-ended, okay, example. So you can also create a custom connector which will directly also go here as well. Again, we are using this interface. So that definitely the answer again the same, the control way, you can manage the different securities altogether, have the monitoring or and even the cost management as well with respect to SQL uses. Okay. Now, one important one point also I forgot to as well mention, forgot to mention that, um, like we are, having this direct option of export. Okay. Same way, you can also integrate this guy directly to the Azure APIM. Okay. So if you see this Azure API management, okay, so now let's suppose you are having the web app where you are having a different web application. You can directly select, okay, API management and create, you can say, for example, where you want to export. So all those APIs which is listed over here, which will be available as part of this one. Okay. So this is a very nice feature, seamless integrations. Same thing you can do from Azure, Visual Studio as well. Visual Studio is whenever you are publishing your profile. Okay. So when what I mean, just a second. Here, when you publish the profile, actually I closed the solution, otherwise I can show you. So when you publish the profile, you can also enable the deploy to directly to Azure APM as well. So which maybe I'll show you in a minute. One second. Yeah. So these are like very easy to integrate. These are easy to achieve, um, and you can say very handy. Just a second. Okay. So at least I directly publish from this. So here if you see there is a service dependency. Okay, when you create a project, it will ask you where you want to publish. Okay, and then it will also ask, do you want to publish the same API to APM as well or not? So I expose actually here, so that directly expose and come as the part of this one. Okay, definitely you need to provide different options. But yeah, this is how it is. Now, sorry, moving back again to this demo which we were discussing. So this is a very plain structure and in a Power Apps. Okay, here into the scaffolding project, there was some weather information is captured. Those are static one actually. If you see the logic here, they are just adding some random day, random temperature and the details, something like this. Okay, but idea is to show you the capabilities of how we can integrate, or you can say the debug directly from Power Apps to Web API. So when I'll click this, okay, what I'm doing actually, okay, I'm directly connecting to my local environment. So let's see how that works. So this approach will works when you wanna, you are the Power Apps developer, you are the person who is the same like the pro developers. Okay, and you want to test end-to-end functionality all together by yourself. Okay, you can call from here as well, but for this end-to-end demo functionality, I, I wanted to show you here. So when I click here, okay, just see the debugger where it hit. Okay, it's in my local machine. Isn't it amazing? Yeah. So this is one of the, you can say, the feature which they have also introduced, and very nice feature where you can directly call, um, test and debug everything all together. Okay, so example, now I'll just move it, and here it will see, you can see the data with that particular API. Now how behind the scene it works actually. Okay, so let's understand that. Okay, behind the scene, if you want to connect to your Power Platform connector, there is an, you can say here at the there is a connected services. Okay, an option called Power Platform, Microsoft Power Platform. Okay, so once you click over here, so you can see I already did here. If I edit, okay, here the account of my Power Apps, Power Platform, and here I have the supplied the environment. Okay, the solution which I need to now deploy. Then here behind the scene, it creates a custom connector for me. So here you can see, if you go and I like say create new, so it will create a custom connector behind the scene. If I show you here, oh, again it's refreshing. Just a second. Hmm. Okay. So yeah, here is the test web API connector. Okay. Sorry, not this one. Yeah. And along with this, if you see, this is a very important point actually. There is a tunnel actually. It creates a one communication channel called tunneling to the Power Apps. Okay. So what is tunneling? It creates like some kind of a public URL where that is accessible. This is kind of the public URL. So if you have observed, okay, let me show you in a swagger here. You will see this is kind of the URL. Generally, what happens when you hit this one, it displays like local host and something something. Okay, API and the something. But here you can see it generated a new URL. So whenever my request coming from this Power Apps, okay, it goes through that particular tunnel and create and access this data. Okay, all right. Then now I just disconnect this. Okay, just to show you how it looks. Okay, when you rerun now from your local machine. Okay, sorry, it's still not disconnected. Just a second. Yeah. Okay, something still wrong. Okay, okay, this is the one maybe. No. Okay, maybe something I'm missing actually. But the idea is when you run from local. Okay, yeah, HTTP. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to show you. 1 second. Maybe some casing is there or something which is not refreshing. But yeah, you got my point. What I need to explain. I hope. Oh, still it's not going. But anyways, yeah. Okay. All right, with that, I think I am on time and I'm done with my work. But just to give you some more example, okay, this is one more case where we are showing, for example, Azure AI ML integration as well. So here is my Power Apps using uploading some data, okay, and it goes to the blob storage. Same time, it calls Azure function, get some information from SQL and pass the information to Azure APIM. And just to tell you, there is a similar integration between Azure APIM and Azure function as well. Yeah, this one. Okay, and Azure APIM example in this source is talking to different models of Azure AI called cognitive and ML models. So this is
Keval,
also
are you sharing some screen? Is it?
uh yes.
Uh, We are
One second.
showing. I'm able to see only the Teams link.
Oh,
The
sorry. Then
Yeah.
something is wrong. One second. Can you see now?
Oh yeah, the AI integration,
Mhm.
right? Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, sorry. Something is wrong then. Okay, so I was explaining this one. The Azure having sorry, Power Platform, Power Apps is uploading some files here. The file goes to the blob storage, and through Azure function is calling some SQL data. Okay, same time there is an integration to the cognitive services through the Azure APIM. So this kind of a complexity, this kind of a business logic, you can extend whatever the way you want. Okay, all right. Then I think with this, these are some of the references links. Probably you can take a picture, or maybe I'll paste in chat. And most of the demo that we have covered, I taken from this different resources, some fusion development work, which this Microsoft team has done. Yeah. All right. Then with that, any questions so far? I am still having 2 minutes.
Yeah. Keval, somebody has a question here. Chandrasekhar. Chandra, maybe can you just unmute and ask a question directly? It's easier. Uh, Chandrasekhar, you can unmute.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Can you share that links? Actually, I missed it. Can we get that links and other images which
Yeah,
you shared?
I mean, actually, I have same questions. We can what we can Keval, you can just send this link, reference links to the in the Teams chat, so most of the people able to view it easily, right? Because a lot of content is there, so it's easier. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
one more
Yes.
thing, sorry for disturbance. Actually, can we record this session? Can we have this link to view later?
Sorry, didn't understand.
Yeah, he's
And
asking, is
The
that
recording
recording
session.
session? Yes, it is
yeah, we
recorded,
are
Chandra.
recording. Yes, yeah, recording. Yeah.
Can we share? Can you share this later
The
again?
links, yeah, after 1 week, because we are doing some processing on YouTube, and then we send the links to you on that. Yeah, so we give some time, maybe 1 week. We share the links, and we will post it on our the LinkedIn page. You can view it, and I have also shared in my LinkedIn as well, so you can view it from there as well. But because we're doing a lot of videos today and tomorrow, so we take some time to processing, and then we post it there. So just be patient for 1 week, and then we post there. Okay.
Thank you, Dhruvin.
No problem. Yeah. So again, thanks a lot, Keval. I just want to tell you that I'm big fan of your sessions, and I was again this one a lot of things. Why I'm telling you, because lot of my customers are using Power Platform with Azure, and also
Yeah.
with Fusion Teams. So there are a lot of questions which come through in the things, and I always look for your sessions. So I really appreciate that you took this time. And I know that you have another session tomorrow on the in-person meeting with Pune
Yeah.
UG. So all the best for that. So thanks a lot. Really appreciate your time here.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity. And we'll meet you soon. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Have a
Okay.
nice weekend.